Hi guys, so today we are gonna do patterns on the outside of our frame and we are also gonna color them in. So the materials today, you're gonna need something to outline your picture and to make the designs around the sides. The best thing to use is a Sharpie or a permanent marker, but if you don't have that, a black regular marker works. Also, a black crayon works, as long as you are pushing hard with the black crayon, because you want the outline to pop out and be different from your color. So first we're going to make a design around our picture frame. And remember, you could have done this on colored paper too. So lines and patterns, you can have, there's a bunch of different kinds of lines. You can draw a zigzag line, you can draw a double line all the way across. You can draw squiggly lines. You can draw lines that go little short lines. You can also make a pattern, so you can do 2 lines vertical, 2 lines horizontal, and do this all across. That's what I did for this one. It looks pretty cool. You can do circle and then 2 lines. Hearts and stars. Or you can make up your own. These are just a few examples to get your creative minds going, but make up your own. It doesn't have to be too complicated. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. I am gonna just do some zigzag lines. If you want to, you can use pencil first. But if you trust yourself, you can just go for it, because remember, these don't have to be perfect. And Keith Haring did all of his artwork really fast, and he didn't care if all of the lines were perfect and neat. All right, so after you got your design around the frame, you're gonna then go over every single line that you did last week. And I'm gonna speed this up while I'm going over this, so you don't have to watch me for 2 minutes. Okay, so now that you did that, if there's any pencil marks, you can just take your eraser. Be careful if you used crayon to outline with the eraser, it might smudge it. But if you're using Sharpie, you can just go right over the lines to erase all the extra pencil marks. All right. So now is the coloring part. For this part, you can use crayons, markers, paint, pretty much whatever you have at home that colors a picture in. Before you color, I want you to look at the color wheel that I have on the slide before this. I made my own because I didn't have one. Because we are gonna use complementary colors. And like you learned in the video from the last slide, complementary colors are colors that are opposite on the color wheel. So yellow's complement is violet, red's complement is green, and blue's complement is orange. All right, so pick pick 2 complement colors. And this is what you're gonna use to color in the people. So you see how I picked red violet and then yellow green because they are opposite on the color wheel. And I colored both of these in, and then with their complementary color, I colored the little hearts in. And complementary colors, they really bring out each other, and that's why we're gonna use these colors. I'm gonna use crayons for mine. This one I used marker. But I got this really cool ultimate pack of crayons from Amazon that I am going to use. So for my people, I'm gonna use orange and blue. When you're coloring with the crayons, I don't want you to scribble scrabble because it doesn't look as good, and it looks better when you press harder with the crayon and color in one direction. I'm gonna start with this guy. I'm gonna press hard and I'm coloring really close together and in one direction. Try to stay in the lines. So that's an example of good coloring. This, if you just scribble all over the place, it doesn't really look that nice. And you can see all the white spaces in between. So if yours looks like this, go back over it and you can easily change the way it looks just by coloring close together and in one direction. Also, if you want to use 2 different coloring utensils, you can do that too. For this one, I used marker for my people, and then I used a crayon for the background. If you choose to leave the background white, you can. You can leave the frame white if you want, but you have to color the people in and the heart. You can also make patterns on the heart if you choose to do that. One thing with colored paper, if you're using marker, I suggest you flip your paper over and just test it on the back, because remember, yellow and blue make green. So if you're coloring with a blue marker, it might look green. I like to use crayons on colored paper because that doesn't change the color at all. This is a blue crayon on a yellow piece of paper. All right, so now you can be creative and you are just gonna color in your picture. And I'm gonna put this on super speed so you don't have to watch me color this whole thing. For the heart, you can pretty much color it however you want. Just be mindful that I used orange and blue, so I'm not gonna use orange and blue on the heart. So look at the color of your people. And for this one, like I did rainbow colors, but none of these colors were the colors that I chose for my people. So you can do a design and do like every other one. You can make lines like this and color in your heart. With different colors like this. Or you can choose to do one color. Doesn't really matter. And then the rest is really up to you. If you want to color the background in, you can color the background in. Just remember, I wouldn't use blue for my background if my person is blue. All right. And also the same with the frame. If you want to leave the frame white and black, you can, because Keith Haring did leave a lot of white and black on his paintings. But if you want to color and you're feeling colorful, you can go for that too. All right, you can watch me color this or you can skip over it, but good luck, be creative. After you do this, the next slide tells you how to submit this. And this is how you're going to turn in your project today.